VP.
Oh, okay.
Because my
right.
heart is...
Right, okay. So you're going with, I don't know, what, your thumb or your head or something? I don't know.
Going with something.
I slightly favor the VP grab.
You can definitely go with the different. Okay, so 2 for Virtus Pro and 1 for Liquid. That's where you head in to our final game of the entire regular season, all on the line. $555,000 to the winner and a super trophy to boot. Who's taking it? Is it Liquid? Is it Virtus Pro? Let's head back to our commentators and find out with Toby1 and Kyle.
You know, Red, I could be excited about the money, I could be excited about the DPC points, I could be excited about competing at TI8, but really, I'm excited for the fact that for the first time going into this series, Kyle has said, this is a good draft, we could have a close game.
Yeah.
That's the first time he said that.
I mean, the stage is set, right? I feel like they just did it for the storyline, you know? Like, hey guys, we'll trade some games, then we'll make it. We'll make that last one for all the marbles and really try our best.
I'm sorry, Director 8 isn't a coach for either of these teams.
That's true, and I'm sure he's watching.
He'll be around there somewhere. We had Burning and Ferrari sitting downstairs before. I think they're actually over on the Chinese stream right now.
Yeah. The game could really go either way. The Tidehunter is the X factor. You just nullify the Visage Bird damage, the Beastmaster damage.
Already having fun, trying to contest up a couple of runes. Roger will take a lot of damage on the bottom lane from GH, while up on top, Kuro and Mind Control did actually grab that bounty rune, so it's 3 bounties to VP. Mind Control copped a lot of damage. When you get gushed up and Thunder Striked, of course that'll happen.
Yeah, the mid matchup is the one I'm really looking forward to. Kunkka versus TA. If you get side-bladed like crazy, Kunkka can have a lot of trouble. But if you hit a couple of good Torrents and Tidebringer spam, you actually pressure the TA very hard. So no one's won a lot of matchups I didn't think he should. Will this be another? We shall see.
Yeah, no one's a fantastic player. Looking forward to it. And not to have a Deucer in mid lane, also looking forward to that.
You
can actually have more of an action lane.
Yeah, you can't play Deucer against TA.
Oh god, well I don't know if you can play Deucer on bottom lane. Ramsey's just trying to get himself away, but how far can you go? Not very far. Matummerman found the kill. Roger has been fantastic on the Skywrath maze, zoning out player after player, but this time around, he can't zone him out fast enough for Ramses to survive. Ramsey went for Snake, not Shield at the beginning, looking for the harassment.
Well, it's not just that, it's the -2 armor from the Riptide and the Blightstone as well on Visage. They take Medusa to negative armor when there's Yusuf with no mana shield. He's paper.
Oh. He sits yeah, 3 armor normally. Ash is forced back underneath his own tier 1 tower. And Roger, real world of hurt. GH, they do it again.
Yeah, Skywrath has 0 armor, Toby.
Okay, so what's less than paper? Wet paper.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You would think they would want the Tidehunter against the Visage lane and the Deuce up against the Beastmaster, but choosing some more unconventional lanes, throwing the Deuce in the off lane. So if he were even to come back top, behind, like, he just gets pressured even harder.
Team Liquid move forward towards Pasha. They know he's low. The axes fly forward. Mind Control. We saw VP be surprised by the damage of the axes in game number 1. Rams is the recipient there. In game 2, not so much. Obviously, Mind Control would love to have a swing of him, but he needs to get some mana regeneration up first before he can really do this. GH is looking to go again on bottom lane. Shields come up for Medusa, but that's -4 armor on Ramses and almost completely out of mana. GH almost completely out of life. That's why Roger, looking for the last little concussive shot. GH tries to hide inside the tree lines. Think he knows he should probably die here. There's the ensnare, concussive shot, and last attack. But Tubberman looking for a follow-up into Roger. Doesn't have soul assumption damage. Only had the 2 points up in Grave Chill, so this is still only level 1. You wouldn't have got the kill.
He hits so hard though. No armor whatsoever. This is one of those heroes where if he's behind and you're attacking him with that 0 starting armor and below average magic resistance, he's in trouble. But he can be the aggressor. The hero looks great. And
I love how Pasha is now just turning in. Like I thought he was like a melon lover. He's a mango lover now. 4 mangoes on this Tidehunter, trying to keep up with the regeneration but still have the mana required.
Mid lane, that key matchup. Looks relatively even. No one taking a bunch of pressure, but could be worse.
Next mark, he's already got through the refraction underneath the tower, so yeah, could be worse. No one. That damage from heavy refraction. Miracle, who was looking for the Sideblade line onto no one, did not find it. Now they're both so damn low. You got Tidebringer available from no one. It's so juicy to try and have a crack at it. Looks for the torrent. Goes on the creep wave, and Miracle could just survive it.
His bottle up now. Might hit the X, but no torrent, so won't be able to threaten Miracle just yet. I like the decision to get the bottle too, because now we'll be able to out-regen TA for the next couple of waves. Miracle going to go for the Salve Mango.
They were doing a pull on bottom. Ramses and Snare's going to come in again from GH, but this time they go for the Skywrath Mage. He said he had no armor. Basically, it's lower than that now, but they don't have enough damage. But Tummerman taking too much from Medusa. He can just turn around, Mystic Snake them, and cause a lot of hurt.
Yep. And Dusa right now, 75 damage because of that Aquila finish, whereas the Tummerman, he has not used the Courier yet. He's only at 56.
Thought for a moment that GH would go for that almost solo kill onto Roger. But mid lane, that's where the kill is being attempted by no one. Miracle lines up the side blade, able to connect. Can't get enough damage into no one to kill him off though. But maybe they have some help. Roger. Invis Rune, he stole from the bottom. GH was trying to contest him. Torrent's going to miss on Miracle. If they can get through the refraction charges, Roger can commit his life to get this kill.
And what a battle, though. Both mid players, 18 and 8. But that's not a testament to just. It's poetic.
Even Stevens. Bottom lane's been completely abandoned. Now it's Matummerman versus Ramses. Matummerman may be a lot happier for this for the moment because it allows him to get close towards his level 6. Get those familiars up and flying. Meanwhile, the 5-minute bounty runes are all being battled for. Team Liquid and VP will split them evenly down the middle, just like the mid lane. I say that until no one comes back, and we have not seen the return of TA just yet. She's gone jungle.
Because Ramsey's having a great game down bottom. Hits a nice snake onto the Visage as well. He's going to be completely dominating this lane until the Visage gets 6. DH pulling, trying to allow Matumbaman free last hits under tower, but now there's a catapult wave coming in for free with the Aquila up. Yeah,
Matumba's going to drag this down. Grabs everything but the catapults. The tier 1 tower take a little bit of damage. Ramses may even try and go for a bit of a contest as Roger, he may go for a little bit of a dive. Into the back of the tower. Down they go. Matumba still having a little bit more defensive, and they got GH's rotation. Roger so low on armor, but the TP timing so good. Matumberman bounces a little bit further north, make sure he avoids the Mystic Snake of Ramses. He wants to make a break for the tree line. Riptide it up. Down to 3 armor because Roger didn't TP all the way back to base. He's still here looking to fight on bottom lane. He's got another Arcane Orb in 2 seconds time. GH and Matumba, they would love to get that Soul Assumption charge off.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, she doesn't even have the stick charges for it, so no, they wouldn't have a chance. But now, okay. Chip, Koro can dodge it. He keeps the damage going in. Naga will die in the meantime, but Disruptor will die just underneath his own shrine. So a trade-off of the supports on both the bottom as well as inside the dire jungle.
Just such an even game, exemplified by just the support trading on either side of the map. Both off lanes winning, not really off lanes in this meta. It's almost always a dual lane, but oh, the snake.
Yeah, bouncing through. Naga wants to turn around and be a bit of more of a use. She can Riptide onto Roger, but it's Matumberman who's barely surviving. The stick charges can't keep him alive, but now Kuro rotates him with the Fatal Bonds. GH, he don't have enough follow-up damage into this. They can keep beating into solo, but unless GH actually has the ensnare, they can't get close enough. That's why we're watching that battle. We're watching also the top one, PMP. Mind Control, getting the kill on top. Now has level 6, did not require Raw to get the kill on the Tidehunter. He actually required the rotations of the VP supports to bottom lane to open up the top lane.
Koch is just dominating lane with his Beastmaster. All tournament it feels.
He's 3.4k net worth, the 1.8k of Tidehunter. Mid may be even, top is not. Chip, combination, Solo's got Glimpse, he's going to get the wall up, as well as the Seal of the Miracle. Very difficult, if not impossible to escape. Refraction charges can now come up. Difficult, but it is not impossible. And now even with Fatal Bonds connecting the 3 heroes of Virtus Pro together, Kuro continues this rotation around. They get the kill onto the Conquer. But more importantly, they keep Miracle alive.
Great movement from the Liquid supports. Their draft is a bit exploitable in the laning phase, but they have incredible turnaround potential with the Visage and TA. Visage about to hit level 6 down bottom. Still a little ways away from the HOD, and until then, Phase Boot's already up on Ramses. He's going to continue just outputting tons of pressure, itemizing for pure laning strength. Already over 100 damage auto attack, whereas Visage 61, so...
Yeah, Ramses needs to get some kind of attention from Team Liquid back down to this bottom lane. something which they can manage with only 2 heroes. Solo's move north, he needs levels, and he needs to try and change up the balance of this top lane. The only reason why Pasha probably isn't dead yet is because Mind Control is just... Well, he's got 1 charge that's ready to rock and rumble for the Roar into Axis. Just needed a little bit more mana to do it.
And the panel read the game right. Liquid's going to have the dominant mid game, but they are on a bit of a clock.
They got him back in again. The seals on the Beastmaster. This is a huge kill. 3 heroes still for Virtus Pro. And Roger is the one to claim it. 3rd kill for him out of the 4 of VP.
Yeah, but if you look bottom, immediately Liquid realizes those teleports top means bottom's exposed. GH hiding on the right side. Kuro placing a high ground ward behind Ramses. And, of course, one of the best, if not the best carry player in the world. He's not going to fall asleep here.
No, he's keeping his distance from those familiars you're talking about. It's almost like this. I had more confidence in this fight to work if GH was able to ensnare. And you can get the chain stuns onto Ramses, but it's Kuro who's the one who's behind. He's got 1 point up in upheaval for the slow to then potentially get the ensnare up.
Mid lane, though, TA starting to take over.
Draws out, access to clean up, go by Pasha. Ramses did his TP, but it all came a little too late. And already the rotations, GH instantly TPs to top, realizing that Ramses is north.
Yep, I like that move. I really like that move. Just keep the Medusa in the top lane. Tied now and comfortably go against Visage because thanks to his 3 points in Kraken Shell, you don't actually take any damage whatsoever from birds.
And the next marks the spot. Doesn't hit the target onto Miracle.
And remember when it was 18 to 8 in mid, TA's pulled 22 creeps ahead.
They found Mind Control again. How many times must this happen? That's now his 2nd death in the span of 2 minutes. They'll smoke up almost instantly Virtus Pro as they begin their rotation towards mid, where Miracle is looking for those side blade lines against no one. X marks spot as well as Bosch tries to hold him here. Kuro will get the extra life into the Shadow Word, but I don't think that much life will sustain against both Roger and Solo, bringing in their control and magical damage.
It's all the smoke. That's what gave him the move speed to get there in time, following up immediately. And the no one Kunkka.
We got what we wanted. Close game, good rotations. Momentum is on critical heroes, be it the Beastmaster initiation, the TA farming, to get to that Desolator.
The Roger Skywrath, though, man. A scary hero to play against after watching that game against LGD where he almost single-handedly kept his squad in the game.
He's up to a good start, 4-1-2 on that Skywrath mage.
Yep.
And he's going to go for the ATOS, so looking for a little bit more control lockdown. Do you like that over more like amplification style?
I mean, that just seems to be the standard build. Always the max concussive.
Tidehunter. Familiars, they got the drop to try and do the damage first. Ravage pops out, 3 heroes to connect on. Roger looking for now his 5th kill onto Kuro, who will be able to one back up again. The orb is flying out, so Kuro is dead. And in fact, it is Roger to take it. Mind Control is moves back further up. While no one in Ramses found the extra target they wanted, which was Matoma. But I say the extra, the primary target they wanted. Roger's got another slow available. Is there more support? Not near the tier 1 tower, but keeping the vision up. They can glimpse back in Mind Control. Pull him into the X-Mark Torrent. And Roger, he's waiting for the right time, and there it is! Number 6 for the Skywrath Mage.
And you can see the strength of the Disruptor Kunkka. They TP in all of their heroes into the bottom lane. They get that initial kill because he's under tower, but then the Kunkka sets up for another. They continue to pursue, and the second glimpse on Beastmaster ends up securing the kill. And he's glimpsed right back into an X. You just have this easy ability to get that extra exit kill, and it adds up over time, especially when you have all of these short cooldowns. Like, your tower push isn't great, but you're buying so much time. Pause comes out from Ramses. Score 6-9.
Oh. Gonna buy a little bit of time. Should be good to go again, though, by the looks of it. Give it a shot. Spike can get in, but... So all these kills going the way of Virtus Pro. The fact that we're now running a, I almost want to say a 3.5, but Skywrath Mage has almost the same net worth as the Tidehunter. So let's just say we're running 2 3s for Virtus Pro. Team Liquid, they have to be looking for something better to go their way. They've got Rock up. They've got level 2 in the Fatal Bonds. They've got a Templar Assassin. Yeah, she's still short of the Mithril Hammer, but damage is starting to arise. You got a Beastmaster who had an amazing laning stage.
Yep.
Like, how do they make all this work?
They're already on their way. I mean, you have Visage finishing the HAD, walking straight up to the top lane. Pressure, get that tower down. You can see Naga already looking to link. We'll have to see where Beastmaster TPs. He might go bottom to catch creeps, or behind tier 2. Do they have a smoke? Yes, they do. On Warlock, ready to go.
No one slowed down by the TA trap. That's going to allow Miracle to close this distance. Kuro with the upheaval. That's a lot of slow, but Conkerboat buys some time, negates the damage. Support, where is she coming? It's coming from Roger, a little too late. The snare from GH, but you're dubbed too far. Solo, he's running in, goes for the glimpse as well as the wall. They just want Miracle. Look how much Solo just wanted to ensure that he denied himself in order to ensure the Templar Assassin does not get the next item. Roger wants to go for more, sealing up GH. It was almost enough damage. But now he's on the run. The Axis fly forward. Familiar drop down. That'll be the stun required. And Roger, a 6-time streak being ended by Matumbaman's birds.
And honestly, that could have been even better for Liquid. The TA only died mid because that sentry had 4 seconds remaining. Otherwise, he got the meld off just as he exited the disruptor ult. It would have disjointed the auto attacks that killed him had there not been a sentry there. Very, very lucky for VP. That could have been very bad for them. Already not the greatest, but in the meantime, they did have Pasha farming, no Ravage, so this is Liquid's window to take a fight. You're going to see the Warlock Golem cooldown versus the Ravage cooldown. That's what both teams are really looking to fight around.
You got 120 seconds now on the Warlock, you've got 10 seconds on Ravage. No one looking for the denial on the tower. He's thinking a lot about that. And decides against it. Miracle's ready to beat into the bottom tower, but already Medusa, her item of choice, Mask of Madness. Whilst Mystic Snake, Miracle sees it coming, but doesn't see Roger coming. The seals, the orbs, they get through the refraction charges. He wants to meld, he wants to hide. The Mystic Flare burning through. Ramses will get that kill. Song of the Siren from GH does arrive. It's very, very late, however. And the rest of Liquid, they were ready to push that T1 tower. No, GH! Long way pulled back. And Ramses will have the double kill.
The Disruptor, man. And that was the one thing I was saying, though. VP has used all of their smokes. That was another one from the Skyrat. That's why they're finding these kills. That ward above the tier 1, giving Miracle false sense of security. All of a sudden, the Skyrat pops out of nowhere. Look at the vision that both teams have right now. It's insane. Both teams with 3 wards in a line around this bottom half of the map. Look at Liquid actually has a line of 5 wards. Of course, that one on the hill is about to fade, but unbelievable. Neither team able to actually counter the vision. Looks so cool. If there's any way to demonstrate better just how even these teams are. They ward the same. The game is even. Everybody's talented. The dream. Game 5.
The dream! Yeah. Very different to the Team Liquid Grand Final at TI. Now we have a contender. No one pulled back up by the X, but the birds are on the hunt, and look who's in the neighborhood. Rolf out from mind control, and the damage from the familiar birds more than enough to get through no one. Matumbaman able to secure yet another kill, and all that gold that he's accruing is going to go in towards the pipe. It's all about that team fight sustain for Team Liquid.
Medusa, though, continuing to scale. Eventually will be the strongest hero on map, but not just quite yet. Liquid's mid-game starting to hit their timing.
I'm wondering just how strong she can get. But she can have Mind Control jump in as well with Necrobooks, Raw. So they have ways where they can gank up Ramses later in the game. Now the Rock, Kura fakes twice. The third one was right. Goes in for the triple dig. Ramses walks straight through to disrupt the wall. And hopes to find a kill. Does get one onto GH and Hallow Ravage. 2 down, combining with the Mystic Flare Matumbaman. He's just so damn tanky. He could try and walk it off. Kura, not so lucky. They get the glimpse, they pull him back. Ramses, not only does he have a double kill on bottom, he now has a triple kill on top. They are feeding the beast.
Unbelievable. And again, you see the power of this Disruptor and Kunkka. They're always getting the extra kills. Liquid, you can't play that offensively if you're not ready to take a team fight. They drop the Golem in the net on just a solo 1 hero. Like, that's not enough. Their vision is not allowing them to find kills in that area of the map, and they just get a little over-aggressive. Beastmaster is up in the top lane. He has 2,500 gold.
It's actually, maybe that's the other question then. Like, why do you fight in that area when you've only got 1 Observer Ward there as opposed to bottom lane, where the tier 1 tower is still available? You have to go in so deep. Is it because you're trying to ensure that like VP aren't getting away with anything inside their jungle? Is that the purpose of the mission?
It's just so risky when you're playing up against Ravage, especially when you drop the Golem. Like, it's... If VP ever make you turn around, you're going to lose not just 1, but probably 2, because the Glimpse or the X is going to catch another.
But VP make you turn around anyway. That's the point of Stone Gaze. That's the point of a big Medusa. You just don't believe you can take the fight. Now she finishes a Hurricane Pike, and you got a Blink Dagger on a Tidehunter. Team fight just got better for VP.
If you have the Deso on TA, though, coming on the courier right now, you want to make a move. Roche is an option.
You have Medallion, so sure. And you got Familiars to do the rest of the work.
You've got Song.
But you need that tier 1 tower. That you need that mid lane to be under your control.
But look at VP, they're playing around their vision so well. Liquid, just 4 people standing under reward. The Sentry, though, is going to grab that one. Now they look to smoke. There it is. Easy play. Sentry into smoke. Maybe set up for Roche. Maybe find a kill first.
VP do have scan, and they have to be thinking that this is happening.
Yeah.
Thanks to their vision, they know that no one is farming inside the Radiant jungle. So the only one who's really to be called out is Ramses. And is he backing up? He hesitated for half a second, but that half a second is enough for Mind Control to capitalize. They close the distance, they get the ensnare. Pasha, he wants to help out. The X-Men reduces the damage, but not enough. A storm, it's beautiful from Solo. Miracle and Matumba, they just have to tank it, and Mind Control's caught on the wrong side of the tracks. That glimpse him back up and again and in. They have to run further to the north. Mind Control will go invisible while Miracle will get the double kill. The Sentry was planted down for Song of the Siren. No one, as well as Disruptor, ready for that one familiar to get the stomp and lining up for any kind of damage. They have it with TA jumping in, but they try and blink out. Pasha can't get back inside the base just yet. He was thinking about helping out no one, but there's no one to help. He is down and tied into the Soul Survivor for Virtus Pro.
I cannot believe VP took that fight. Like, Ramses uncharacteristically getting caught out. He knows they're making a play. All of his vision saw absolutely nothing. They see the Sentry, but again, Liquid makes that play very quickly. Maybe you assume they're in roadie. A little bit of hesitation. Don't see anything. The Shadow Blade reveal lands the kill. Otherwise, you said that little jump step hesitation, but it all sets up with the Shadow Blade. Otherwise,
they're coming. But Roshan's dying so quickly. They're going to four-staff Ramses in, or Hurricane Pike him in. They're on the start of the Stone Gaze almost immediately, looking to kill off these familiars. 1 drop, 2 drop. He's going to go down, being sprint down the rock drop. The Ravage will connect over onto 3 heroes, creating a little bit more space. But now Miracle, you know he wants to get into the fight. The Roar is out, but no one's caught inside. That Mystic Flare, Pasha runs up the hill. The Ensnare will keep Skywrath Mage under control as Pasha. He's got the movement speed, the Axis. They won't clip on the way back. Even the Torrent from no one was creating space. Solo is the man who's stranded well away. Miracle doesn't have a blink dagger, but 2 hits should do the job, and 2 hits does do the job. Turn their attention in towards mid. Aegis is still up.
Again, relatively sloppy play from VP. Disruptor's not even there to set up the combo. The
it's been a long day, man.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's the 8th game in a row.
Fatigue definitely going to play a part in this series. Liquid, you know, you say there's no real advantage from the upper bracket, but not only do they get choice in this final game, but they were rested. VP, as you said, 8th game. A little sloppy, but very close still. They are the team that will inevitably scale later, but when you go blink on Tide, you don't have the luxury of taking these longer engagements. You're looking to blink in, Ravage, find a couple kills, use one of your glimpses to find echoes.
The Miracle overstay is welcome. There's no real jump in, but the rest of the team already backed off. They had some jump options there from VP. They just didn't know where the rest of Team Liquid is, because all that vision which they spent wards on previously, it's all starting to disappear. So let's have a look at this Roshan fight again. Hurricane Pike down, try and get Ramses in.
Look at Solo's positioning. He's still all the way up by the Ancients. There's no way they can make that play.
Well, we come back live and look at Solo's positioning. We left off exactly at the right spot.
Yep, the Scotty Deuce, the talents. That's what this hero is all about. You pick up a Scotty, you get level 20, 700 mana, then level 25, you get the modifiers, and all of a sudden, your Scotty shot's hitting everything. That's what you need if you're VP.
How does Liquid actually go high ground against that? Do they break before he hits 25? Is that what they all have to itemize and actually set the tempo of this game towards?
Yeah, I would think so. I feel it's near impossible to team fight into Ravage and a max level Medusa in a game like this. Your TA, even though he's king right now, will fall off. And you can see the itemization. BKB next item up for Miracle. You've got the pipe now completed on Matumba Man. They're all in on continuing to increase their lead.
This seems so dangerous though. Like if it doesn't work, they're going to get punished so hard. You already said before, and we saw it before. The Conqueror as well as the Disruptor are just wrecking them every time they turn backwards. And now you got a Rod of Atos over on the Skywrath Mage. The control factors from VP are coming thicker and faster.
Yeah, the only fight that out of the last 3, Ramses got ult off once. They won that fight. They took 3 for 0. The last 2, he's been CC'd or silenced, and all of a sudden he just dies. He's still very squishy. You don't have that much damage output on VP until your Medusa is farmed. It's the same with the Kunkka. They need more item.
It's crazy to say that when Medusa is still #1 net worth by about 500, 600 gold. It's just, if this isn't enough.
Just the nature of the hero matchup, especially when you consider that there's a medallion on the Visage and then another on the Beast, along with the auras. You have so much physical damage output. There's no real teamfight items as well on VP just yet. You're going to have a Halberd soon on the Kunkka. That's going to be huge to control the TA, but if you can get that BKB off first, it could change things.
Dire's scanning out on bottom lane. They're wondering if Team Liquid are looking to fight. The familiars won't trigger the scan, and Matumba's just a little bit too far to the side of it. So you know where Liquid are heading. They're the last remaining outer towers of Virtus Pro. Tier 1, Tier 2 on bot lane. And this is up to VP. Do you want this fight? They are going to smoke up in the back line, so Roger, Solo, and Pasha under the cover of that smoke. Ramses is the front liner. Already has the shields up. Needs a little bit of extra mana to work with. Trying to do a little bit of damage to those familiars. Maybe they can get a pick. Roger. These illusions. They're trying to scout out. There is a Dire Observer Ward up, and here comes your initiation. No, Miracle. X marks up. The Tier 1 tower's already gone. Smoke will wear off in about 5 seconds.
Look at the spacing from Liquid. They're just letting you cast some spells on Miracle. We're going to heal him up.
You want to Ravage?
Keep playing the sides.
GH will just Song, right?
Yep.
In fact, he could just Song in the back line. He's going to force off to break through the tree line.
I don't know if you want to make that play. You could do it in theory, but if Pasha isn't caught, the turnaround is going to be way too strong. You don't have any BKBs up.
They're not taking the risk.
And I love this, though. The Beastmaster, he's got a Vanguard going. Crimson Guard next. The pipe on the Visage. You're going to hit a point now where VP's damage output disappears. We said they need more items. Crimson Guard against Medusa, it's super effective. He's hitting everybody.
And he can burn through it if they can sustain in the fights, Virtus Pro. That's going to be their next port of call, and that's where you actually think about the Kunkka. With that ship, if he's able to do some work, he's managed to pick up a Heaven's Halberd. So you've got some kind of way to stop Miracle from just dishing out insane amounts of damage during the fight. He is going to go the BKB Miracle, but they won't have the Aegis the Immortal. It's just timed out. Next Roshan, maybe that'll be the point of contention for these two sides. Who can get that Aegis as well as Cheese? Raw. Mind Control found a target. Damn, he hits so hard when that medallion's on Solo. All Solo wanted to do was try and contest the ward position.
Beastmaster Dota. Heroes getting first phased every time.
He got torn a new one. They're going in again. X marks the spot. This one's over on Ramses. He does not want to be here. Well played indeed. The smoke gank from Team Liquid will not be successful.
You're in a dangerous spot if you're VP. You're out of smokes and you don't have vision.
Pasha probably wasn't ready for everyone to come to bottom lane. GH is revealed.
Yeah, you can see VP. There's no real method of them to establish map control because they're out of the smokes. And look at this boundary being baited and denied by the Satyr. They're going to get both up top thanks to Crow's TP. Actually, he just walked there. He was smoked as well.
They perfectly split. So time is still being bought. So Medusa's now, we kind of watch that level counter just over 18 and a half, 18 and 2/3. Is rapidly approaching the Skadi as well.
Yep. You're doing about as well as you can if you're Liquid starving the map. Their gold advantage went from 5 to 7 over the last 2-3 minutes, and they're denying the triple camp of Medusa. How many times have you seen Medusa just farm this bottom shrine area, kill both camps and the Ancients over and over and over until eventually he just wins the game single-handedly?
A lot.
Couple of miscues, though. Those two fights, I'm not sure. BP, they sort of lost their window where they could have just stepped off the gas. Now it really feels like Liquid's just breathing down their necks, buying time for the second Roche. Might respawn anywhere from 1 to 4 minutes from now, and that second Aegis could be their cue to just go high ground. They're farming 3 Ancients per minute, getting the bounty runes. BP feeling the heat.
Wait for that timer. May respawn in 47 seconds. They're not even going to wait. Team Liquid, they just smoke up. Inside their own river, well away from any kind of dire vision.
DD BKB on Miracle.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's a lot of damage. Pasha, the closest one. He'll blink up, back with the rest of his team, back underneath their own Observer Ward. Are they still expecting the fight to come from below them? Team Liquid are going to come from above. The smoke won't break. No one's close enough for it. Now it breaks on a 1 familiar. They get the pings out. The dewarding is available. VP go into the trees. The Ravage is good. Is over on the Beastmaster. Should be able to kill him off quickly, but no GH. He gets a Song of the Siren off. Miracle's protected by his own BKB. Waiting for the target. It's Dusa. She'll push back down, but the Roar is there. They burn through the shield. It's like they're not even there. Now back to the tier 2 tower. Everyone's connected with Fatal Bonds at the back. Pasha begins his own TP out. They have a cancel. The Ensnare is out, and Virtus Pro will lose 3 in this bottom fight. The Pasha was the one to instigate.
Excellent fight from Liquid. The Song to isolate up top. They find the Medusa. roared immediately, and that's a DDTA. I mean, there's nothing, you don't have the items to survive just yet on Ramses.
And no Ravage now available for the defense.
And the
Medusa, if she has to fight back, this could be even more brutal for Virtus Pro.
The smokes make the difference. VP using all of theirs in the first 15 minutes of the game, and then their newest one at like 22. They have no method of making plays. Liquid with an incredible angle sets them up for the key fight. No Ravage now. You go high ground.
Man, I cannot believe that a team like Team Liquid, this could be their first major win if they can achieve it, but they have to break the base first. Ramses, he'll buy back. He won something for this, and they'll get it. The glimpse is there. Miracle dragged in, but then the BKB attack goes right up. The soul assumption damage from Atonement will bring him down. The wall is there from the Disruptor, which is keeping Liquid inside the base, and GH, he's pretty deep inside the base. Makes a break for the tree line. Ramses having the split shot available, and he'll kill GH in the trees. We're 328 gold. Liquid, they got through the tier 3 tower. They don't have the glimpse back available. They have an X mark to spot, but can they grab someone? They're looking at Kuro, the Mystic Flare. Everyone huddles together. They take the damage equally. So will VP. Fatal Bond out once more. Ramses and Pasha. A perfect familiar drop. 1 and 2. A little bit more difficult considering you've got that Stone Gate mind control. Having trouble backing out of this one. They've still got familiar damage and Ramses in trouble. Solo, he'll get the boat down with the ball and the control. Miracle has to stand his ground. Doesn't have the BKB. It's now back up again. They have the X-Mark spot. They need to kill Miracle. They need to make this worth it. But they're all connected with Fatal Bond. But Atonement can just pump into no one, which is almost killing Solo. If they just attack Pasha, Solo will die from range. Is exactly what happens. Pasha will fall as well. VP are throwing their corpses to Team Liquid, trying to defend their bottom lane of racks. No one can cleave down Kuro. They get some things in return.
And everybody buys back. TA's back. Beastmaster's back. They're ready to just go again, or do they run to Roche? They know that it spawned very early thanks to the trap.
It's crazy, this experience and gold change. Nothing has changed, even though you buy back 4 heroes, including Cause. That's how much Team Liquid were worth in that fight. And if they can get Roshan as well...
I love this play. I love that they use the buybacks. Just go straight into Roche. You don't want to fight into Ravage, and it's up right now, but they know Deuce is dead with no buyback, no Scotty.
And you've got Rock, you've got a full Assault Cuirass on the Visage. You'll have Aegis and Cheese to work with as well.
They're hitting, this timing is insane. You've got Crimson and AC advantage on Virtus Pro. You can't actually fight them. And you saw the Skywrath, as soon as he gets Solar Crested, Medallion, and just attacked by anybody, he's like a wet noodle. That's playing to win, baby! That's playing to win, baby!
Oh, they're going to try and break. Bottom lane is where Liquid are starting to head. Of course, the bounty runes need to collecting before this point. That 13k gold advantage now in favor of Liquid. The experience is skyrocketing up to 8,000 after it was in favor of Virtus Pro. And VP, they got a hard ass to defend. No one's gone for the armlet. Any kind of strength they can muster. No buybacks available for anyone apart from Warlock. But all of VP's, they're on cooldown apart from Skywrath Mage, short by 400 gold. And they're going to need him. Roger, the main man. You remember that time when he was 6 for 1? He's now 6 for 4.
I like what Liquid's doing here. They send the Naga Illusion runes top. That shoves in that wave. The Naga Spell Illusions go mid, and then they just walk up the hill to the shrine. They have control of this area, and thanks to those lanes, they wait until they control the map. All of a sudden, they keep VP in the crease. They know that they're in base. Continue to build your advantage.
Ramses can't even get his Skadi. Like, he's got buyback on cooldown, and it's too risky to send the courier out to pick up the Skadi. I wonder if he's actually got a choice. Yeah, the courier's going to make the trek now. Okay, it got pulled back. They said no to it. Academ Scepter is also up. This one's on the Naga Siren, so a reset and regen for Liquid.
They even get the Wolf on the Beastmaster summon.
The damage increase. Here it comes into the racks. Smoke up in the back lines. Pasha needs to hit this Ravage big, and he knows it. The Cheese on the Visage. Don't know if they can really get through him before he can pop it off. Miracle's got the Aegis. He's looking for any kind of target he's willing to jump into. The range racks on bottom will fall. Virtus Pro managed to mop up the creep wave, but they're being pressured on the top as well as the mid. Yeah. Team Liquid have so many options for this push.
And you can see Solo's sitting with 4 wards. Like, they're stuck in here. Liquid has them completely at their mercy, and they're going to just continue shove waves, out farm. They get the range racks for free. Now do you go to top shrine? Do you keep pressing? It's still a difficult team fight.
They look towards the mid. Familiars come in. Matumba is waiting for the right opportunity. No one going to X-Mark spot over on Matumba. into the torrent. There's no real follow-up, just a little bit of chip damage from Ramses. Can't even kill off the familiar. Is able to drop back down again before the damage can be completed. But the Skadi, it's on the Deucer. So one positive thing for VP's high ground defense.
He is level 21 as well, so the 700 mana talent is up. It'd be significantly hard to take him out, but I fear for VP's damage output. They need so many Tidebringers from no one if they want to win a fight, and that Fatal Bonds, man, it's hitting like 3 or 4 heroes every engagement, it feels, and there's no BKBs on Virtus Pro.
They keep trying to chip away with this X into Torrent. It's a pretty low cooldown for it. Doesn't have a lot of mana, however, spare. This is the downside of Kunkka now. It's the regeneration, which he's only got from 1 bottle charge. Bottom lane's continuously pressuring in, and Liquid are circling Virtus Pro like vultures. Another X marks the spot. This one's onto GH. Decent damage into him, but remember, he can always just Aghanim Scepter, 4-star. Medusa goes up, and they glimpse back the Naga Siren. No follow-up, but again, another X marks the spot torrent. It will hit the money, and Medusa dropping GH even lower. They're trying to bait out this song of the Siren almost, but GH holds his nerve.
And see, Liquid, they still respect VP's team fight. They don't want to go high ground, and they don't really want to separate either, because all of a sudden one guy gets picked off, then like you can see outside the base, the X's, the glimpses, they're not as threatening because they cannot exit, but you don't want to be caught off guard.
Do they try and keep this melee Rax alive? Yes, they do. Ramses is in the front line, trying to push back Miracle. Remember, Miracle's still got this Aegis. He wanted for a little bit longer, but now the glimpse into the storm. Miracle pop his BKB, trying to survive this. Matumba won't be so lucky with the Stone Gate. They're all getting Stone. GH, he starts the reset. He starts the regeneration. Virtus Pro, what have you got left? Is there anything? There's a Ravage from Pasha, and he'll hit it over on 3. The wall locked him in. Ramses, he tried to get further away, but Miracle followed him with the blink. Kunkka is down. Ramses will join him. No buyback, and they call it. GG is out. Team Liquid. It has taken them the entire length of the DPC to do it, but they have finally won a major in this season.